My good family, my good people, I greet you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time zone that you'll be watching me from. Welcome back again to my today's video. My good name is Kamanja_KE. This is my channel, and feel most welcome, feel most at home. I'm actually doing this from the village because I do talk for the village itself. But today there's something that has been in me, something that caught me by surprise, and I said, yes, this is something that will be trickling back to the village and gonna be affecting so much, or this is the main reason as to why things in the village are not working out properly. So guys, stay tuned, stay locked up as I bring you this big episode today. And before I start, guys, may I take this opportunity to actually say a million times thank you to all my good subscribers, the returning subscribers, people who are always there for me, my good supporters, for you supporting me all this way. Your support is something that I cannot take in for granted. You guys are worthy being appreciated. We always say gratitude defines a human being. And for those guys who watch me silently, guys, I'm not forgetting you, because you also mean a lot into my life, like in these streets. And if you are coming across my channel for the first time, guy, find some love in you, find some, actually show me your generosity by actually subscribing to my channel, telling a friend to tell another friend, and always leave a comment so that I may know how this video may have, like, how this video is being received and consumed by you guys. Guys, I'll be very short. Actually, I won't take a lot of your time, because as you can see, I'm ready and I want to be like rushing out for something else. There is something that have actually caught me by surprise, and I thought that these fights are always from the village, but no. I watched Madam African Tig's live stream for 3 good hours, and actually something came out, and I was like, why is this the direction we are supposed to follow? What is not happening? In short, African Tig came out tearing apart D Mwango in that live stream. She was so much like offended. She was like so much offended, and she wanted like to wash and to actually pour her anger in the streets. I'm gonna tell you all like the details in that live stream in a summary. After that, I've been actually looking for D Mwango, and I don't want to talk like there is a response for that, because things gonna be very messy if we are going to keep on responding to such type of attacks every now and then in the streets. Now, something that surely made me happy. Sometimes somebody somewhere sat and like was telling you, telling us, no, this is not the direction we guys are supposed to go. This is not what we are supposed to do as Africans. This is not what we are supposed to do as Kenyans, people who are traveling the world. And this is none other than Kish My World. He is also an African Kenyan YouTuber who is traveling the world. And he had a lot of to say, like he had something to say, because actually even him, this live stream caught him, and he picked something from that live stream, and he said, no, if this is the direction we are going, guys, then we better stop from doing content, because now this is not content. It's purely attacking each other. It's purely like we are after each other. Guys, before I continue, may I take this small type and let us pick something so that I can keep on explaining what really happened. This is African Tig's story on why she hates and why she regrets meeting D Mwango.
So many, like the world, the universe, I've met and I've encountered a lot of amazing people. And I thank God for that. I've met a lot of amazing people. But I have one person that I totally regret meeting. And there's nothing as bad as having someone who was maybe your former friend or relationship or whatever that is still obsessed with you and can't really move on. But this person is loud and obnoxious to the point that they try to model their personality and the things they do around what you do. And because they are loud and obnoxious, sometimes it ends up looking like you being like them or you're trying to be like them. But in reality, this person has done whatever it takes because they have no personality of their own. So, I didn't want to address this. I wanted to write a post, and maybe because I'd written it, I was just written it and I was going to post it, but I said I'm going to do a live stream because this person clearly, this skunk, I'm sorry. Like I said, if at this point, if you're still here, you just know it's gonna get messy. I might use language that you've not heard me use before, or that I would not advise anyone to use. I might say things that people who are children, if you're watching this with your family, this is not the best thing to do. So I would advise you to click out and just continue watching the next, there's the next episodes, that you would be able to watch. So like this video is just meant for one demon. And this person, this demon, you know exactly who you are. You know that person that thrives in drama. They thrive in scamming men with fake love before robbing them. Or they prey on grandmothers in the name of charity. That same person that uses men for content, and when the views start dropping, or when people finally get to see through the act, she suddenly creates drama to survive. And the sad thing, or when people finally get to see through the act, she suddenly creates drama to survive. And the saddest part of it, I'm the victim. I'm always the victim, like, woman. And then they will start playing victim. And they will send their little minions to attack and spite me and start stirring unnecessary chaos. Because you know what? That is her entire brand. Drama, deception, and manipulation.
My good people, the feud between D Mwango and African Tigress is what the reasons as to why these two ladies are not meeting up, I am not really getting it, because if I keep on giving out my own opinions and other people's opinions, we have people who are happy that D Mwango has been attacked and teared apart in these platforms by African Tigress, and we have people like us who we are like, no, this is not the direction we are supposed to follow, even if there is a fallout. Guys, I'm going to be talking about a fallout here. The fallout between African Tigress and D Mwango. All these two ladies are Kenyan born YouTubers. And I've said in my title, actually, if we cannot stand united, then we are going to fall divided. Not only for these ones, but all these guys that we say we are making content in these streets. Guys, imagine all those stories that African Tigress is saying about. Let me put it in a summary. They are full of insults, and that's why I never want to talk about it so more. It's because it's much of this context is purely abusive insults. And when I try to base look for the real source of this feud, I'm left with no answer, because these were once very close friends. They shared much, but things fall apart at a given point. I really don't know why. And I'm guessing it's because of everybody needs fame. It's now fame. Yes, am I superior than you? Am I famous than you? That is what I'm talking about here. And then we have this thing like manipulation. How should I manipulate you to do this? How am I manipulating my supporters? How am I manipulating my subscribers so that they keep on, they put me all the trust and they leave trusting the other people? That is why African Tigress, because people are now if she is now taking D Mwango has manipulated his entire team, like the D Mwango squad. And whenever she comes out, that squad goes after her. And because that is why she's calling D Mwango a manipulator. Somebody who has manipulated, somebody who is purely a drama queen. Yes, she's calling D Mwango a drama queen. Somebody who thrives well in drama. When this drama fails to give up, she moves and jumps to another drama, so that she keeps on doing that. And that's how she keeps on manipulating his world, according to African Tigress. I'm not here to judge, say she is right or D Mwango is right, but we have these allegations. If well followed legally, then D Mwango's life in these streets is at risk. This is African Tigress, who at one point is bragging that when Brenda Irumbi came to her, and because Brenda was a small YouTuber who was actually growing by then, she taught her a lesson. And we all gonna not go to that direction, that somebody somewhere teaches a lesson or takes us back to grass. No. We are going to be very cautious of what we are going to say here, because we have seen things happening. Now, why am I saying that D Mwango's success and everything in these streets gonna be at risk? Because, number one, African Tigress is claiming that D Mwango is purely a copycat, purely a plagiarist, somebody who is practicing plagiarism. When I say plagiarism, this is somebody who is entirely copying her content and bringing that content differently on our platform. And that thing is, she is not happy. She played receipts. Yes, she played receipts. And if she actually goes on and report this thing, then D Mwango gonna be in for copyright. And you know what that means. So, are we fighting ourselves and tearing ourselves down as African people? More so Kenyan, of Kenyan origin. That is something that I'm supposed to come and talk later. Yes, D Mwango might be your fan in denial, because anything that you do, she follows. That is how you are saying, from the thumbnails and from everything. Your safaris, like your journeys, you go to Europe, she's also there. You go to Nigeria, she comes in. You do what? She's also there. The only thing that you guys differ in personality. Your personality and her personality are different. But actually, I'm not here to ascertain that D Mwango is really a copycat or a real plagiarist. But from the receipts that were being played there, it's good to ask African Tig to go slow. She is your sister, actually. She is your sister, and she is actually like doing her own stuff, and you are doing your own stuff. Yes, she might be very like big than you in these streets. She has a lot of followers than you in these streets, and that is why I'm saying that here, fame stories, who is famous and who is superior than the other. These are the games that are being played here. So it's a game of wits. Who gonna win most hearts here? That is it. Now, D Mwango has been alleged of doing this. And from the allegations that D Mwango is not real, because she is copying everything that African Tig is doing, from the titles and even from the way of expression. And that puts her on a mark that she's really a plagiarist, really a copycat. We saw the thumbnail that actually African Tig claims that D Mwango totally used it the way it was. And this is purely copyright. She says she used a lot of money, like using that customized software app to generate such a thumbnail. And she was surprised to see D Mwango using this. Yeah. Now, guys, let me ask myself, like, let us not stop bragging here. Let us stop bragging, I mean. And these, like, insults, being abusive, you go abusive, and actually, it doesn't augur well with so many people, like supporters, the world. That actually puts us in the open, like we are washing our dirty linen in public. I don't want to repeat the insults. Like I saw, she is very narrow-minded. She has limited ambitions. She is uncultured, uneducative, fool. Such a thing. We are not like going into that far. Yes, you might be offended, Madam African Tig, but the truth is, even if you become offended, we have ways, we have platforms where we can solve our own issues, because these issues you are talking here, they have been having a chronological, like, it is a chronological of events. You guys you've been storing this, and because you don't want to be like succumb to such pressures, to succumb to such things, you said, no, let me tell my world, this is what I'm going through, and this is the person I regret meeting. But let me ask you, yes, you said you are not a walkover. I don't think you guys are fighting for anything. If you're fighting for progress, and this progress is something that is personal. You progress, I progress, then we meet at a given point. Remember, at one point, we are all Kenyans. You, D Mwango, you are Kenyans of the same heritage. What is the bigger picture are you guys building outside there? When you tell 500,000 people that this is D Mwango, she is a skunk, uncultured, uneducative, a school dropout, somebody who has limited ambitions, narrow-minded or shallow-minded. Actually, where are we? Where are we? Yes, you see, she is very much obsessed, and you don't know this obsession might be of what? Like she lacks creativity, or you don't know if she is actually spiting at you, or she's something, and that's why you've chosen the V for violence, and you've left out P for peace. And what we are here for is actually, I'm crying out for peace. How you guys just stay at peace? You, D Mwango, all these guys, let me tell you, we have God. Yes, G is for God, P is for peace, and V is for violence. Now, let me talk something. Instead of going very personal in such platforms, I don't say you are not supposed to fall out. When people fall out, we have reasons as to why I will fall out with you. I'm going to fall out with my friends and everything. But it's sometimes not good to come out publicly in an online platform and start insulting, start abusing the other, like washing your dirty linen in public, telling people, oh, this is how we are. No, we are depicting ourselves like negatively to the world. People are now laughing at us as Kenyan YouTubers, Kenyan content creators. You are giant Kenyan content creators. And when you start attacking each other in public, guy, it's no good. Like in the same live stream, you attacked Ayamarwa. You call him a caveman, I don't know what. I don't want to talk about the insults. But this is my message to you guys. As much as you may want to bring another person down, look for another way of bringing her down. Instead, don't be like, let the world judge you. The world will be, if D Mwango goes down today, the world is going to judge you, African Tigress, for doing it, actually. Now, what is the problem with us Africans? Like, I saw my friend Kish, my world, was even using this example of Andrew Kibe, one of the biggest content creators, who is currently going down. People like the friends contributed for him to go down. And is that our main character? Is that the way we behave in these streets? Like me and my brother and my sister, we don't do things like, if I do things this way, I do things this way. And is that envy? Yes. Are we jealousy of each other? What are the motives actually that are driving us? That is why I'm saying people outside the world is laughing at us, Kenyan YouTubers. Have you ever heard of West African YouTubers, Wodemaya and the rest, like attacking each other in public? Why should we Kenyans fight? Like from the village, I always ask, why should we, like we come from the same village, why should we always fight? South Africans, if you go south, we've not heard of such scenarios. And that's why all these reactors are reacting on Kenyan YouTubers only, because we are full of drama. They feel that you're full of drama. From this story, people are now making stories. All the way from Jamaica, they will be making stories about the fallout, D Mwango and African Tigress. Our giant YouTubers, female YouTubers in Kenya, D Mwango, African Tigress, Miss Trudy, Marwa, all this. And when we go on fighting each other, then people tend to laugh at us. We are just becoming a laughing stock. What are we going to do, actually? What are we going to do? Where are we? What is our stake here? What is our stake? When we try to do that, like you come, you tell me, no, I'm not this. Guys, this also caught me, like before I say and give out my last parting shot. Let us actually listen to this. Purely abusive, pure insults. And tell us, as African Kenyan YouTubers, where are we headed? And I've said, and I'm repeating, guys, we are going to stand united, or we are going to fall down divided. That is what I am saying.
She is the devil incarnate herself. So let's get straight. And I have a list. I have a list of things that I'm going to put straight and clear today. And this should be a warning. And I'm going to explain as we proceed with this why this is actually a warning. This woman is not only a fake, but she is a bitter ex to anyone that has been unlucky to meet her in this life, especially when they cut her wicked self off. Like, you know, she's a scammer. She's all that. Like, I'm not even kidding you guys. Like, if for anyone who knows, they know anyone that has tried to cut her off, anyone that has abandoned her, anyone doesn't sees beyond, anyone that sees beyond her bullshit, she turns against them. We look at it. Anyone who's been either an ex-friend, ex-boyfriend, this woman will do whatever it takes to drag you while playing victim. She's loud. That one I give her. She knows how to steal stuff.
Guys, that is African Tigress. The insults, the abuses continues. And I'm asking myself, is there something common that these two ladies are sharing? Is there something common that they are sharing actually? Or their meeting is very regrettable. Now everybody is regretting meeting each other because maybe their expectations, individual expectations, were not met at that point. What African Tigress wanted from D Mwango was never achieved. And what D Mwango wanted from African Tigress, she never achieved. And that's why all this feud. Because I cannot go down like dig deep and know where this guy is, like call, come tell me where you started. Come tell me where you started. No. But from what you guys are talking about, from all things that, all these dramas, then something of the sort must have happened. Guys, to go personal, sometimes it is not like becoming well with us, like going personal and trying to talk about somebody's personal life here in a platform, like that is purely bullying. You are pushing this person to a wall that she cannot even try to come up, and you are trying to prove a point that you are actually not a walkover, like she may think. Because you are feeling very much offended from what she is doing. You've explained everything that you are very much offended. And was it like to take your time or kill you if you are to call her? Or you use some different media to solve your issues instead of coming here, putting Kenya on the world map negatively? That you guys, you know how to abuse. We have big YouTubers in the world like Ponte. We have Grow with Ali, all those Ari. We have all those English YouTubers. Have you ever heard them going against each other? Like, and I always see them like there is a time I watch them, all of them together actually. Why can't we do that? Why do you feel offended that I went to Nigeria, she also came to Nigeria? I went to India, she also came to India. Guys, and this is a lesson that we are supposed to actually learn. Like he is putting it, Kish the world. Thank you, my brother, for actually talking this loud. And this is what I learned from you, Kish the world. Now that, let us leave that vulgar and abusive and offensive language that African Tigress was using against D Mwango. But this is the direction we are supposed to follow. Now, let us talk like elders here. This is it has happened. Yes, African Tigress, D Mwango has copied you. D Mwango has done, D Mwango has offended you. It has happened. Maji yakimwagika hayazoleki. Tunatafuta njia kuchimba kisima kingine tupate maji mengine maenge masafi. That's, I'm telling her, I'm trying to address like when things have just fallen out, they are fallen out. And if there is no way of like making things up, then we look for a different new way of becoming ourselves. That's my message. So, like other people, like what we need from you. Remember, you are our giant YouTubers in Kenya. Even Ugandans. I don't see Ugandans having so much drama. Tanzanians, we can leave Tanzanians aside, but because most of them are not into content creation. Like we Kenyans who are in content creations. Why should you actually fight each other? Why can't we embrace these elements? Number one, elements of unity. Like people talk about us. Let people in America talk about us. Like Kenyan YouTubers are unified. They are one thing. They talk the same language. That is what we want to see. Number 2, teamwork. That those guys, let us have a team leader. Now, African Tig, you are bigger. Now become a team leader. Now let us do teamwork. Like one day, we want to see like all Kenyan YouTubers celebrating in one party and actually trying to come up with something to help the world, to come up with something to help our Kenyan government, our Kenyan economy and everything. How should I see like you all meet in Philippines? How should I see you like all meet in Lesotho? When you meet there, like all Kenyan YouTubers, big giant YouTubers are met there. That's a very big sign. So that we, the growing ones, can emulate what you guys are doing. But when you keep on punching each other in this platform, like I give you a kick, you give me a kick, I give you a punch, you give me a punch. Hey, guys, we are going nowhere. Now, let us keep that the self-egos that we have. Let us not become self-centered individuals. Let us not chase our own dreams individually. Let us help each other to finalize and actualize his or her dreams. And that's why I think we are doing the same. Because before even we came here to YouTube, before you, African Tig, before D Mwango, before even I, Amara, came to this platform, there's somebody who we might have like picked something from her or from him. Like, how can I be like this one? Oh, this guy dresses like this. This is how he introduces. Now, how can I be like him? But remember, we are not the same. Our personalities are different. We might be doing the same content, but the different ways. We are just like authors of books. I write today a book about myself, and you write a book about yourself. The books might be carrying the same message, but the messages are given out in a different way. Like I might write a play, you might write a novel. But the novel has the same message my play is having without using the same characters. And that's why you guys meet in different countries, but you don't meet in the same context. Like the people you go interview are the people D Mwango goes to interview. So let us kill actually that self-ego in us. Let us embrace unity. Let us embrace teamwork. Let us love one another. Let us not hate people. Let hatred not take over us. That is my actually message to you. And before we grow, like you are growing, before you decide to become a teacher, somebody somewhere might have influenced you to become a teacher, and that is the person you are following. Surely. That is what I'm actually talking about here. So, African Tig, D Mwango, can you kindly find peace? That P for peace. V for violence, leave it. We are not violent. Let us not go violence. No. Let us look for G for God and actually P for that peace. And the world I'm asking, because now, like, African Tig is blaming so much supporters of D Mwango of coming after her. Guys, let us preach peace. Let us see our sisters working together. Hatred cannot build. Hatred can always keep us divided. And that's why I'm saying, before I quit, I leave. Together, we are going to stand strong. And divided, we are going to fall. Yes, divided, we are going to fall, actually. But together, we are going to stand strong. So from my side, and I think the message is at home, guys, let us pray for peace. Let us shun away all these characters that depict Kenyan YouTubers as being negative, malicious, people full of hatred and jealousness, people full of envy, controlled by self-ego. No. Let us not depict ourselves like that. Let us actually try to give out our supporters the content they want. Thank you very much, my brother Kish the World, for opening up these eyes for us to see. And thank you for those guys who are praying for us. Peace. And from my side here, I say goodbye. God bless you till we meet again.